Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. We are not a failure. I've got an encouraging word for you. Let's get right into it. I know many times a lot of us can feel very discouraged when we try goals or things that we want to accomplish over and over, and we feel like we just want to throw in the towel. Well, one thing I want to say is this. A lot of people will look at people that are successful in finance, in business, in health journey, could be anything, and they say, wow, they have it all, they have it easy. The one thing that many people don't realize, and I actually didn't realize this until recently, is many of the successful people that we see out there fail often. They fail over and over and over again. This is the difference. They fail, but they fall off that horse, but they get right back on, and they learn from their mistakes. They may change things up, but they don't dwell on their failures. Like I do, for example. I beat myself up. I criticize myself. I'm my own worst enemy a lot of times. And I'm sometimes not a very good friend to myself. Let me know if you can relate. So many people that are successful, they have failed over and over again. They may have filed bankruptcy. Maybe it's in a business deal. Maybe they've lost and gained weight several times. Maybe they've had a couple failed marriages. Who knows? It could be anything. But they learn from their lessons and they get better next time. And so they don't look at when they fail, they might get a little upset about it, might have a little bit of a pity party, but they don't stay for long. They figure out where they've gone wrong and they learn to do better next time. I think many times we fail because it's an all or nothing. And obviously weight loss seems to be the best thing to tie in, but I'm going to even use the no buy. Nothing wrong with the no buy, but I've seen many videos over the last 7 years about people doing a no buy, and then maybe somebody gives in to temptation, they buy something, and then they are just so upset because they spent money, but they don't look at the other 25 days that they didn't spend money, and that in the long run they actually save money. Somebody goes over their grocery budget, and they're just so angry that they went over their grocery budget, but they don't look at the other 10 times that they were under budget. So another good example would be somebody decides to go on a healthy eating plan. They actually think that they'll never ever have a piece of chocolate cake again. They're never going to do this. It's an all or nothing. And then if they give in to, and I've done this, they give in to the temptation to spending money or buying something or, eating out, or it could be having that piece of chocolate cake. And then they say, oh, forget it. I might as well just give up. Or they miss a day of exercise and they say, well, I'll start next month. Instead of taking things one day at a time. And that's what I'm proposing. I'm keeping this video short. Instead of looking at all the areas that we have failed, I think it would be good if all of us journaled all the areas where we've been successful. Start taking things one day at a time. Let's say you're working on your budget. There's some areas you're overspending. Take it one day at a time. Instead of saying, I'm cutting my grocery budget by $300, cut it by $25. And then take 1 week at a time, and then to the next week. And as we're changing all the areas of our life, whether it's exercise, health, money, relationships, could be spirituality, doing all of these things, if we just take it one day at a time, and then to the next day, we're going to see slowly over time that we will be changing ourselves. We're going to make mistakes along the way. We'll learn from them. We'll regroup. Maybe we'll come up with a new plan. But I know that sometimes I act like all or nothing, and then I just give up. Whenever something gets a little bit tough, I can tend to give up in any area. Or I rationalize things. Especially when it comes to money, I rationalize things. I might set a grocery budget and say, well, prices are going up, so I'm going to rationalize spending this extra money because of this, this, and this, instead of trying to get creative. So I think another thing we could do is count your small wins. Look at right now at all the areas that you are doing well and all the goals and things you have accomplished. Look at that, write them down, and reflect on that, because I think that will inspire you to continue moving on in other areas. I think number 2, self-talk is really important. Talk to yourself in a positive way. Treat yourself like a friend. Don't beat yourself up, and just say, okay, I made a mistake. Tomorrow's another day, and then continue the next day with a positive mindset. Number 2, like I just said before, take it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, however it is. Even in the Bible it talks about that, don't worry because tomorrow has enough worry and care of its own. And last but not least, reassess and regroup. You can always do things differently and learn from our mistakes. Let me know what you guys think. I'm hoping that this video can inspire all of you. If I can be a source of encouragement in any way, let me know how I can do that. That's all I have to say. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye now.